That's it. So I'm going to say that again. So rolling up a blanket or towel, it can be quite flat, and it, even being quite low makes quite a difference. Lowering the back of the body onto it at the shoulder blades, just below the armpits really. If it's more comfortable for you to keep the knees bent or lengthen the arms out, and just notice how the shoulders sort of roll open. The chest opens here. And just let yourself settle into this position. Notice your breath here. So not altering your breath, just keeping your breath exactly at its own natural pace. Lengthen the back of the neck so that the chin is slightly coming towards the chest. And just press the heels into the ground. Press the buttocks and the back of the hips into the back of the ground. And the back of the shoulders. And the back of the head. Morning, Anne. We're just starting lying down over a blanket. The blanket rolled up. So just allowing the back of the body to completely sink onto the ground and feeling that opening across the chest, across the shoulders. Bring your focus up to the crown of the head and soften the crown of the head. And then to the forehead. Really release all the muscles around the eyes. Really soften the jaw, even maybe have a bit of a yawn or open the mouth or take the jaw from side to side. Really free up that whole jaw space, especially when we've been sleeping. That really holds loads of tension, our jaws. And then the throat and the neck. Think about the chest area being really lovely and open, and the heart and the lungs just floating. Softening the abdomen. Letting the hips sink onto the ground. And then just softening the legs. So just really allowing the ground to completely hold you up. So the whole body soft, released. And then bring yourselves to your breath and just let the breath gently come in and out. Maybe just focus on the top of the lip, above the lip, between the nose. I can never remember the name of that part. See if you can feel the breath there. Don't alter the breath or anything. Just feel the breath entering the body and leaving the body. And then maybe follow the breath down through the body and noticing how the abdomen and the chest expand and contract, but still not altering the breath, allowing the breath to be completely at your own natural pace. Really enjoying that opening in the body. And while you lie here, just allowing the ground to completely support you. You allow the prop to open up the chest area. I'm just going to read you this because I think it's really nice. It's by Nishala Joy Devi, and it's just about the breath and our asana practice. So I thought this was quite nice to remind us maybe why we're sort of doing yoga in a way, or how our breath is so involved. So the practice of asana, which is our physical practice, encourages the body, mind, and breath to function together. The mind first decides on the movement and then directs the energy. The physical body, given the blueprint, follows. Much of our pain, stiffness, and disease is caused by the low quantity of impeded flow of energy in the body and mind. Rhythmical breathing, coordinated with this movement, releases blockages and allows energy to flow. Holding the breath gives our nervous system a distress signal that is then sent to the organs, glands, and the muscular system. When it's flowing normally and rhythmically, the breath distributes energy through pathways which encourage relaxation and the ability to stretch further. So maybe during the practice today, let's, just keep using our breath, which we often, we always do, but just that can remind you even more to always bring our minds back to the breath and let the breath guide our movement. And when we take the breath to certain parts of the body, that's creating space there, that's taking energy there, freeing up the body. And also by concentrating on the breath, of course, we're giving our minds a break from going through all our worries and plans, our past and our future. So let's just take another couple of breaths here. And then we're just going to slowly bend the knees, roll to the side, and just prop yourself up to just remove the blanket or the towel, whatever you're lying on. And we're going to come back onto our backs and just notice the difference when we're flat on the back. Just lengthen the legs out. Notice the flatness of the back now. You might want to tuck the shoulder blades in a bit. Feel the whole length of the body. Let's inhale and raise the arms above the head and just feel that whole back of the body against the ground. Inhale into the whole of the body and then exhale. Let's bring the left knee to the chest. And we're just going to hug that left knee in. Let it come more towards, so we're not bringing it to the center of the chest. We're letting it come exactly in line with the hip. So it's probably slightly more to the side of the body. And then with the right leg, gently press in to the right inner thigh. And that's what sort of keeps the toes pointing up. And then it's a good time to sort of engage that muscle. So not too much pushing or anything, just gently pushing into that inner thigh, drawing the knee towards you, letting the shoulders relax to the ground. Just a couple of breaths here. And then we're going to place that left foot on top of the right thigh. And we're just going to go straight into a nice twist. So we're taking that left knee using the right hand, left knee over to the right, extend the right arm. And remember, work out where it feels good for you today to put the arm. Sometimes in line with the shoulder is good. Sometimes at an angle coming up diagonally, you get a bit more of a stretch from the hip. You might want to look directly up at the ceiling, or you might want to turn your head. And just a couple of breaths, guiding the breath into the abdomen, into the waist, into the twist. Notice how the exhalation just allows you to relax into the twist. Next inhale, come back to center, lengthen that leg out and lengthen the arms by the sides of the body. And just notice the body. Is there a difference in each side? Just noticing, not bothering to judge whether there is or not, might not be. Just notice what you're feeling. Inhale, bring the arms up above the head again. Feel the whole back of the body against the ground. Exhale, bring the right knee to the chest. Same thing here. Shoulders relaxed. Arms heavy. Gently pressing into the inner thigh of the left leg. So you've just got that engagement in the left leg, and you're just drawing the knee to wherever it wants to come, directly away from the hip. Firstly, breathing into this stretch. And then placing that right foot on top of the left thigh, using the left hand to guide the knee over, extending the right arm. Taking the gaze to wherever suits you. Working out, the arm might want to be in a slightly different place this side. And then taking your mind onto your breath. Guiding the breath down to the twist. One more breath. And then back to center. Lengthen the leg out, lengthen the arms by the sides. Notice the body. That's it. Bend the knees now, place the feet on the floor. And then roll over onto the side, probably where you can face me at the moment. I'm sure you remember this. Move back a little bit so you can see all of me. Move my bricks there. And because we're going to do the arm in a slightly different way. Remember when we stack the knees and the hips and we have the hands on top of each other, palms of the hands. Try and keep the knees stacked so you're gently squeezing the legs together during this twist. That's it. And then we are going to inhale. So the legs are really gently together, hips stacked, knees stacked. Not too much pressure or strain. Just gently keep them together, feet stacked. And we're going to inhale and bring the top arm, sweep it up and follow it if it's good for your neck. Follow it with your eyes and bring it right up. Draw a lovely circle. Bring it right back so you open the arms up. Exhale, sweep the arm back in a circle, maybe keeping it on the ground and just raising up, which is ever good. And bring it back to the hand. That's it. Inhale, sweep the arm round, following it with your gaze, right the way round, opening up the chest area, keeping the knees stacked. Maybe intensifies the stretch in the waist. And then exhale, sweep it back round again. This is a lovely shoulder opener. And back, the hands on top of each other. And then this time we're going to inhale up and over, opening up the shoulder. And we're just going to take a couple of breaths here, gently squeezing the knees together. You might have to wiggle the shoulders a bit to release them. Take the breath into the shoulder, particularly the shoulder that you've opened up, the top shoulder. Breathe into that. Notice the waist. You can probably feel a bit of a twist in the waist. And then next exhale, sweep the arm back round and come back to your side. Take a breath. Roll onto your back with the knees bent and just feel the body. Notice that there's a difference between each shoulder and the side of the waist. You might feel a bit more opening. I'm going to change ends so that I still face you. So we're going to roll onto the next side and bring the arms. I'm going to move back a bit. And bring the arms out, so my hands are on top of each other. My ear, you can always put something under your head if you find it a bit uncomfortable just having your head on the ground. I should have said that. Feet stacked, knees stacked, hips stacked. And then we're going to inhale, maybe keeping contact with the ground. Sweep the arm up, it's a half circle. Follow it with your gaze. And bring it right round. Open the arms up. Exhale, sweep it back round. We're really working into that shoulder joint. Hand on top. So, inhale, sweep it right up and over. Opening again, keeping the legs gently squeezing together. And exhale, sweep it back down. So, and then this time, inhale, sweep it up and round and take a couple of breaths here. Let the shoulders really release. Couple of breaths here, breathing into the shoulders, gently squeezing the knees together. One more inhale. And exhale, sweep the arm all the way around. Palms on top of each other. And then just roll onto your back. Let the knees drop in towards each other. And just notice the shoulders here. So we really sort of use the whole of that socket of the shoulder, the whole range of movement that we have in the shoulder. We're actually going to grab our belts here, take our belts, or scarves, or whatever you've got. So, going to bring the left knee back to the chest again and hook the belt round. Remember, it's your choice. If you bring it to the ball of the foot, you get a deeper stretch in the back of the leg. If you've got tendon, I sort of have it more towards the heel because I've sort of damaged the back of my knees a bit. So I have it more so that I feel that contact with my hip. I'm going to lengthen the right leg out. Same thing, gently pressing into the inner thigh of the right leg. And we're going to bend the arms so that we really keep that, we don't tense the shoulders up after that lovely opening. And so we're going to have the upper arms and shoulders on the ground, just the elbows bent. And take hold of the belt there and just press the belt into, pull the belt into the foot, press the foot into the belt. Nice hamstring lengthener. And we're gently pressing into the inner thigh of the right extended leg. Take hold of the strap in the left hand. And just bring that leg out away from the body without raising the right hip, still gently pressing into that inner thigh. And just bring the leg out, take it up a bit, you can take it down a bit, just where you find that good stretch on the inner thigh. Pressing through the heel, pressing into the inner thigh of the right leg, keeping the shoulders nice and relaxed. We want to keep that opening in the shoulders. Breathe into that stretch. Back up to center. Take hold of the strap in the right hand and maybe just place the palm of the left hand on the ground and just bring the leg across. Same thing. Your practice, feeling into where it's good to get a stretch in just the outer hip and the outer thigh. Take the breath down into that outer hip. Gently press it into the inner thigh of the right leg, as I keep saying. We're pressing into both heels. Bring the leg back up. Just release the strap and just slowly lower the leg down to the ground. And then just notice that leg. Once you get to the ground, notice that leg, how it feels up against the other leg. Lovely stretch the back of the leg. Bring the right knee to the chest. Hook the strap around the right foot, wherever feels good for you. It can even be the centre, the inset step of the foot. Ball foot, instep or heel. And then lengthen that leg up. That's it. Remember, we're having the elbows bent, so the upper arms on the ground, so the shoulders are open. So, and just first of all, gently pressing into the left inner thigh. Stretching through the right heel. That's it. Take hold of the belt in the right hand and just take the leg out away from the body. Maybe take it up, just experiment a bit. You could have the upper arm resting on the ground again and just breathe into that inner thigh and gently press the inner thigh of the left leg into the ground. So this is really stretching all the muscles around the hip and the hamstrings. Leg back up to center. Take hold of the strap in the left hand, right palm to the ground, cross the leg over the body, raise it up, find that sort of sweet point for you, where you can just really feel a nice stretch in the outer thigh, outer hip. Take the breath, take your energy and life force into that stretch. And then back to center, release the strap, and slowly, slowly lower the leg down to the ground. So let it join the other on the ground. Then just notice the length in the back of the legs. We'll just put the strap to the side. Bend the knees, bring the feet as wide as the mat and just windscreen wipe the knees, rolling over the hips. And then just bring the knees to the chest, if it's comfortable for you, or if you want to roll over onto your side to come up, or rock and roll on your back and come up to seated, coming up. And we'll just do a couple of stretches here. So remember, always prop yourself up if that's better for you. We want to really feel the sitting bones, feel the length in the back of the body. That's it. Let's just circle our heads around one way and then the other. And then just find that point where the head's just balancing at the top of the spine. Bring the fingertips just in line with the hips and press them into the ground so we lengthen the spine. So we're going to do a side stretch, but we're going to keep the arms stretched, straight today. So we're going to inhale and raise the left arm up and just slide the right arm up, keeping it straight. And press into that right hand and then bring that left arm over, really reaching, pressing the left sitting bone into the ground. Notice how we're opening up the intercostal muscles, opening between the ribs now. And breathe there. Let's look down to our right hand. Just take a breath there. On the inhale, let's bring both arms up, keeping the shoulders low. And then bring them back down to the ground. That's it. Right arm up. Slide the left hand out. And same thing this side. So both arms are pretty straight. Feel the right sitting bone on the ground. Feel the opening between the ribs. Really take the breath into those intercostal muscles. Gaze down to that left hand. Inhale, bring that left arm up. Feel that lengthen the sides of the body. And we're going to exhale and we're going to take the left arm forward and the right leg back and just twist. Just use the fingertips on the ground. Just gently twist around. That's it. Really feel, as you inhale, feel the length in the spine. Exhale, feel the release and the twist. Release the legs. Inhale back to center, reach the arms up. Exhale, right hand forward, left hand back. Release the inner thighs. Lengthen the spine. Inhale, lengthen, that's it. Exhale, release. Inhale, bring the arms up and bring the palms together. Feel that lovely opening in the armpits. Press the palms down to heart center. That's it. Feel the length in the spine. And then we're just going to keep that lovely length in the back and just gently lean forward and bring the hands to the ground and just walk the hands forward. That's it. Just bring the chin to the chest. However far forward you come, just bring the chin to the chest, release the legs. Walk the hands over to the left. Take a breath there, pressing the right sitting bone into the ground. Walk the hands over to the right. Press the left sitting bone into the ground. Walk the hands back to center. Feel that length in the lower back. And then walk the hands back. Just lean back. We're going to change the cross of the legs. That's it. Fingertips to the sides of the hips to lengthen the spine first of all. Inhale, raise the arms up, bring the palms together and down to heart center. And Anjali Mudra, it's when we unite our body, mind and spirit. That's what the Anjali Mudra really represents. Just uniting body, mind and spirit. Keeping that lovely length in the spine. We're going to lean forward again. So this is just another nice quiet hip opener. However far forward, really doesn't matter. Just reaching forward, sort of aiming with the chest more than the shoulders. So we want to keep that length in the spine. Bring the chin to the chest. So we just lengthen the back of the neck. Breathe down to the lower back. And then walk the hands over to the right. Press the left sitting bone in to the ground. Walk the hands over to the left. And back to center. Walk the hands back, hands to knees. And let's just circle the ribs around the sitting bones and release the spine. And then the other way. That's it. And just taking a moment to notice how you're feeling. Hopefully keeping that softness in the shoulders, that lovely opening in the shoulders that we've created. And we're going to move over onto hands and knees. So knees under hips, wrists under hands, but pressing into the joint of the thumb and the fingers, gripping into the mat with the tips of the fingers. Let's tuck the toes under and inhale into that cow position when we draw the shoulder blades together and we just gaze towards the back of the top of the mat. And then untuck the toes, curl the spine towards the ceiling. Exhale. And again, tuck the toes under, inhale, abdomen towards the ground. Untuck the toes, press into the hands and the shins. Exhale. This time, inhale, tuck the toes under into cow. And then untuck the toes and exhale, take the hips back to the heels. And then we're just going to gently keep the toes untucked. And we'll just inhale, draw ourselves up to all fours. Exhale, take the hips back. It's just a nice rocking motion. Inhale up. And exhale back. Inhale up this time. Tuck the toes under. If it's uncomfortable for you at any time, having the toes tucked under, untuck them. We're going to take the hips back to the heels. We're going to bend the left arm and come onto the forearm and rest the forehead on the forearm, and then creep that right hand forward and just really lengthen that right side. Breathe into the right side. Notice the opening in the right side. That's it. So we've just reached that arm really far forward, but draw the shoulder back. So we're lengthening the arm, lengthening the side of the body. Bring that hand back, bend the right arm, and bring the head onto the right forearm, and walk the left arm forward, stretching it out, keep the shoulder back. Breathe into the left side of the body, remembering you can untuck the toes at any time if maybe you're feeling strain. Just a really nice opening for the soles of the feet there. Lift the head and reach the right arm out as well. Bring the head to the ground, untuck the toes, take the hips right back to the heels, child's pose. Let's circle the arms round and bring them back down by the side of the body. And this is the traditional child's pose shape. Just take a breath here, releasing the shoulders. And then inhale. Bring the arms back round in front. Exhale, press the hips to the heels. Inhale, come back up to cow again. That's it. Exhale, take the hips back to the heels. Inhale up to cow, fingers really nicely spread. We're going to tuck the toes under. We're going to come into first downward dog. Exhale, raise the hips up, downward dog. Really bend each knee here. Take the gaze towards the knees. You want the ears sort of between the arms. You want to press into the roots of the thumb, but then spread the shoulder blades and take the hips back. And we keep the knees a bit bent. We're thinking about lengthening the spine here. Take a deep breath in from the hands, up through the body, exhale down through the knees, through the legs. And then we're going to curl back down onto the knees. That's it. Untuck the toes, take the hips back to the heels, lengthen the spine again. And then back up onto the knees. Let's bring the left foot between the hands. So we come into a lunge. That's it. Press into that, check that your ankle is below the knee. And maybe take that back, right leg back a little bit. We want to be more towards the top of the knee. So we're not actually completely on the patella, if that's comfortable for you. Find your balance here, just come onto the fingertips, and first of all feel, and we're sort of drawing the hips towards each other. And then let's bring the hands up onto the knee with the left hand on the bottom. So the left hand's on the bottom by the knee, on the knee. And then we're going to reach that right arm up and maybe take the gaze up to the ceiling. Really reach that arm up, and notice that that's really lovely. It opens that front hip flexor when you raise that right arm up. So you're stretching really all the way through the right thigh up to the right fingertips. Press the right toes into the ground, press the left heel into the ground. Notice the breath here, keep the breath going. Remember, not holding the breath. Inhale here. Exhale, bring the right hand down to the ground. Plant it on the ground. Tuck the back toes under and raise the back knee and bring the left arm up. Lovely. Stretch, pressing into the back thigh. That's it. Right hand is on the ground and we're reaching up with the left arm. That's it. So we're opening up the chest here. You can always keep the knee down if that's better for you. Remember that. Always keep the knee down if that's better. Lower the knee down, bring the hand down and bring that knee back. Take the hips back to the heels. And then back up to all fours. That's it. We're going to bring the right foot between the hands now. Maybe take the left foot back that little bit further so you can almost feel the top of the knee on the ground. Feel the length from the crown of the head to the heel. And then bring the right hand onto the knee first and then the left hand. That's it. And just breathe here. And then we want to raise that left arm up, maybe take the gaze up with it. So we're feeling up through that whole left side, opening that front left hip flexor. Keep the shoulder nice and away from the ear. Breathe into there. Lovely, everybody. One more inhale. Exhale, bring the hand down, flat on the ground. Raise the right arm up. Either stay here or tuck the toes under and raise the back knee. Whichever, it's your choice what you do. You either raise the back knee, keep the knee down. That's it. Breathe here. Lower the hand down, lower the knee down, bring the knee back. Take the hips back to the heels and let's do those lovely circles of the hips. Really circling them around. So we're moving the spine, moving the hips. Next time the hips come back, opposite direction. That's it. And then bring the hips back to the heels, lengthen the arms out, shoulder distance, maybe even a little bit more. We're going to inhale up to cow, tuck the toes under, back up into downward dog. Let's inhale up onto the tiptoes and exhale, take the heels to the ground. And inhale up to tiptoes, heels to the ground. And then just notice that pressing into the thumb, taking the hips back, inhaling through the hands, down through the back of the legs. And then we're just going to walk the feet and the hands towards each other, towards the center of the mat. And either let the arms dangle or just take hold of the elbows. Let's do that rocking from side to side, helps lengthen the lower back. Shake the head, nod the head. And then bend the knees, roll up to standing. That's it. Lovely. Sorry, my hair's gone a bit crazy. So standing lengthways on the mat. Feet hip distance apart. That's it. And let's raise the toes up and lower them down. Lower the heels up, lower the heels up, raise the heels up, lower them down. So you make contact with the whole of the ground. That's it. And then feel that connection between the heels, the ankles, the hips, shoulders, ears. See if you can lengthen the spine as if the hair is being gently pulled up to the ceiling. Shoulders are nice and relaxed and loose, and the arms are nice and relaxed and loose. That's it. Let's inhale, raise the arms up, bring the palms together, and exhale, lower the arms down. So let's do that again. Let's inhale, raise the arms up, bring the palms together, and exhale down. And this time, let's inhale, raise the arms up. Let's take hold of the left wrist with the right hand. I'll move back a bit so you can see. And then just press into that left foot and just gently pull on the right wrist and just crescent over, sorry, on the left wrist, crescent over to the right. Breathe into that left side. Back up to center. Take hold of the right wrist, press into the right foot, crescent over to the left. Feel that lovely opening in the right side. And then back up to center and sweep the arms down. Bring the arms up, bring the palms together, press the palms together and bring them down to heart center. Feel the soles of the feet pressing into the ground, the palms pressing into each other. See if you can lengthen the spine any more. Feel the head balancing at the top of the spine. That's it. We're going to inhale, raise the arms up. I'll do it from the side, but you don't need to turn lengthways on the mat, but I'll turn to the side. And we're just going to exhale, forward fold, because we need to stay lengthways. We're not doing much here. And then sweep the arms up behind and just bring the head up. So it's a halfway lift. Remember, we do that. And we reach the shoulders back. We reach the arms, sort of flying arms. Nice straight back. Exhale, forward fold. Little bend in the knees. Inhale, back up to standing. Exhale, hands to heart center. That's it. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Sweep the arms down and back so that you can just come up into that halfway lift. Reach the fingertips back, reach the crown of the head forward. Exhale, forward fold, bending the knees as much as necessary, crown of the head to the ground. Inhale, sweep the arms up. And exhale, hands to heart center. I'm going to face you again. That's it. Feel that length. And then we're going to bring the legs out wide. So into that 5-pointed pose, first of all. So arms reaching, feet pressing into the mat. That's it. Take a breath here. Let's bring the hands behind and interlace them and just open up the chest and feel that's the sort of length we want in the back. Bring the hands to the sides and we're going to fold forward just like we did in that forward bend we were doing, halfway with the hands behind. So reaching crown of the head forward, reaching the fingertips back. Press into the feet and reach back, crown of the head, reach back with the hands, reach forward to the crown of the head. And then bring the hands down. If you've got bricks, you might want to use bricks. You can always have the knees bent. Bring the thumbs to touch each other. So you could always have 2 bricks in a row if you want. Keep the back nice and flat. That's it. So we're going to press the feet into the ground and we're going to inhale and raise the right arm up. Maybe follow it. That's it. Exhale, bring that hand down. And raise the left arm up. That's it. Lovely. And then bring that hand down. Walk the hands forward. If you're using the bricks, you can always just slide the bricks forward, bend the knees, stick the bottom and the hips out, bring the hands, the ears between the arms, just feel that length in the spine. And then walk the hands back, maybe turn the fingers the other way and just bring them, walk them between the legs, just towards the legs, little bend in the knees, Let the crown of the head drop towards the ground, shake the head, nod the head. Walk the hands back to center. Straighten the legs. Let's bring the arms up again by the sides of the body and just come up halfway and lengthen. And then bring the hands to the hips and come all the way up. Lovely. And then we're just going to bring the heels in. Remember that squat that we do. We're going to take hold of the elbows, sort of Russian dancer style, holding the forearms. I'm going to inhale, press into the feet, feel that length. Exhale, squat. Inhale, up. And exhale, squat. Inhale, up. And exhale, squat, and hold it here for a breath. Really take the knees back, press the feet into the ground, hold the arms, squeeze the arms, the muscles to the bone. Breathing here, not holding your breath. And then inhale up. Release the arms, bend the knees again, and maybe bring the hands down to the ground, anywhere, and then just take the weight from side to side. So we're just taking the weight side to side, that's it. And then come back to center and come back up to standing. Lovely. Heel toe the feet in just a little bit more. So maybe they're just a bit wider than the hips. That's it. We're still sort of doing a squatting thing. This time we want to make fists. And we're going to bend the knees and we're going to bring the fists down to the ground. That's it. So we're squatting here, maybe bring the sitting bones towards the ground and press the fists in. And then we're going to exhale, press the fists into the ground, bring the crown of the head towards the floor. Bring the weight towards the front of the feet. So you're taking some weight on the arms. We're wanting to take weight bear a bit in the arms here. Inhale, bend the knees and maybe bring the sitting bones. You can always come onto the balls of the feet if it makes it easier. So come down into that squat with the fists on the ground. That's it. And then press into the fists. Bring the weight towards the front of the feet. So you're weight bearing on the arms a bit. And you might feel the arms might shake a little bit here. That's fine. That means you're really using them. Come back down to the squat. That's it. And then it's one more time. See if you can we're really strengthening the arms here. Weight towards the front of the feet. Crown of the head towards the floor. Take a breath here, really pressing into the fists. And then take the weight back to the heels. Release the hands. Roll up to standing. Circle the hands around. Maybe squiggle the fingers. Shake the legs out. That's it, lovely. Shake the arms a bit. Brilliant. We're going to come down onto our fronts. We'll come down through a downward dog, through a vinyasa. So standing towards the front of the mat, wherever your front of the mat is. Feel the whole of the feet. Feel the last Tadasana in the practice. Tucking the sitting bones under the tailbone under slightly. Just feeling that lovely length and space we've created in the body. And then we're going to inhale and raise the arms up to the sides. Maybe take the gaze up to the fingertips. And exhale, bend the knees, forward fold. Let's do that halfway lift, how we've been doing it. So head forward, hands reaching back. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees as much as you need to bring the hands to the ground. And let's step back into a downward dog. Or if you want to come onto hands and knees, please just come onto hands and knees. And just take a breath here in the downward dog, pressing into the roots of the thumb, the roots of the little finger, opening up across the shoulder blades, pressing the balls of the feet in. And then it's your choice to either come down onto the knees and lower the chest and lower onto the ground, or if you want to just come from downward dog over to plank, lower the knees, lower the chest, and come onto your fronts. Let's come into crocodile and hands on top of each other. Just take a couple of breaths, allowing all the organs to sink towards the front of the body, allowing the body to settle in this frontal position. Let the heels drop out. Now let's have the right, just checking that you have the right hand on the bottom and the left hand on the top. Stretching the legs out. And we're going to inhale and we're going to press the head gently against the back of the left hand. But we're going to raise the whole forearm up and raise the right leg up. Can you see what I'm doing? So we just keep the back of the neck really nice and long. And then we're just going to exhale, lower it down. Inhale, raise head, forearm and leg up. Just really lengthen. And exhale down. And one more time, press the head into the hand, inhale up, and exhale down, and release. Bring the right hand on top of the left, stretch the legs out, and this time inhale, press the head into the right hand, back of the right hand, raise the left leg up, raise the head, and the arm up, forearm up, and exhale down. Inhale up, same leg, and exhale down. One more time, inhale up, and exhale down. And then just wiggle the hips, rock the hips from side to side. Just notice what's going on in the body and just breathe. Bring the hands round by the sides of the ribs. Hug the elbows into the body. That's it. We're going to raise the head up but keep the gaze down at the mat. We want nice long back of the neck. And then we're going to press the hips in and just pelvis in, just raise both legs. Feel that length from the crown of the head to the toes. Hug the elbows in. Exhale, lower down. And then inhale up again. That's it. Exhale down. And one more time. See how much length you can get. Draw the hands back towards the body. And exhale down. Release. Bring the feet out to point towards each corner of the mat. So you're just parting the legs. Come on to the elbows, the forearms. Elbows are slightly in front of the shoulders. Fingers really nicely spread. And just gently, Sphinx pose, just for a breath. Just drawing the chest out between the shoulders. Drawing the shoulder blades towards each other. You can either stay here or you can just press into the hands and raise the elbows and then gently pull the hands towards the body. That's it. And the legs can just be nice and released here. So it's just a back bend. Back bend to give us a nice lot of energy for the day. Lower the elbows down. Take another breath in Sphinx. Lower the head down to the ground, release. bring the hands to the sides of the ribs, nice wide knees, back to child's pose. And just take a couple of breaths. You might want to take the hips a bit from side to side. After doing those back bends, quite often the sort of upper hips you can feel the stretch in there. Just breathe in child's pose. Nice wide legs. Allow everything to release. And then walking the hands back. That's it. I'm going to do one nice side stretch here before we come to the forward bends. So we're going to take our hips over to the right. And if it's comfortable for you, just rest the ankle of the top leg. So if the hips to the left leg, just rest the ankle in the instep. If that's not very comfortable for you, remember you can always do zigzag legs. This is just quite a nice way to do it. So you're just resting the legs, that's it. And we're going to bring the left hand out, the fingertips. I mean, some people, all our arms are different lengths. I have to just go on my fingertips because my arms are quite short. Some people might just reach the ground. And we bring the hand in between the feet, sort of. And then we want to raise that left arm up and just walk the hand down. Once again, just sort of lengthen over, maybe walk that left hand out even more. Breathe into that left side. And then bring the hand down and just bring that left hand to the knee and just gently twist towards that front leg. That's it. And back to center. Lean back on the hands, just bring the feet in front. You can either just bring the knees from side to side, do that for a couple of times. If you want to carry on doing that, or maybe press into the hands, raise the hips up. That's it. Press into the feet, hug all the muscles to the bones, and then lower back down. And then this time we want the hips over to the left. Same thing, if it's comfortable for you, resting that ankle inside the instep of the foot. And then sort of feeling the sitting bones and then bringing that right hand to the side of the foot, or it might be better in the hip, whichever is good for you. And then raise that left arm up, walk the right arm out. And now notice that the stretch, when we do it here, really comes sort of from the hip, the stretch. So really opening up right from the sitting bone up through. Breathe into that. And then come back. Bring the right hand to the knee, bring the left hand round and just twist here. That's it. And release. Let's lean back again. Let's do one more lift, raising the hips. I'll just do it from the side because you can, some people say bring the hands right to the hips. Some people say bring them further behind. So it's good to sort of like practice. If you do bring them further towards the hips, it's quite good if the knee, you've got more of a gradient in the knees. And then you just bring the knees forward and up. You can keep the chin to chest, or you can just lengthen the head back. Another really good bone strengthener. Squeeze all the muscles to the bones. And then bring the hips back down. Let's all face lengthways on the mat and lengthen the legs out. Bring the hands to the sides of the hips and lengthen the spine. Sorry. And then we're going to take hold of the belt again. This time, do bring the belt to the heels. And we're just going to, remember, we just lengthen. So we're really thinking about that lengthened spine, and we're drawing the shoulder blades back towards each other. And then we just want to inhale here, feel the length in the back of the legs and the back. And then all we're going to do is just bend the elbows slightly to just keep that length. Think about drawing the shoulder blades towards each other. Gaze at the big toes. Breathe into the lower back. That's it, great. So it's quite a subtle stretch, but it's a powerful stretch. Coming back, releasing the strap. A good way to try it is the other way that we sometimes do. So then we bring the fingertips behind, facing backwards, press the back of the legs into the ground, and then once again, lean forwards. So we're really lengthening and strengthening the back of the body here. Really take the breath into the back of the body. And then inhale, release up. We're going to bring the soles of the feet together, but in a nice long diamond. We're not bringing the feet in towards the groins. And now we're going to round the back over and just soften over the legs. In yin, this is called butterfly. So think about the softness of the butterfly. Just let everything release. Breathe into the back of the body. Press the hands into the legs as you come up. Just lean back on the hands and lengthen the legs out. And just take the legs from side to side. Nice loosening of the hip joint. And then bend the knees and you can take hold of the hip, the back of the thigh, sorry. Come down onto your backs. Let the knees drop in. Let's just bend the elbows again and circle the hands around the wrists again. And then the other way. And then maybe just wiggle the fingers. That's it. Bring the hands out nice and away from the body, the palms facing the ceiling. Bring the knees up and take the knees from side to side. That's it. And back to center. And then bring the knees towards the chest. Have them apart, have them more coming towards, like we did before, that they're really in line with the hips. So they're probably coming more towards the armpits. Keep the shoulders nice and released. And just circle the feet around the ankles. And then the other way. And then just bring the knees together and just roll from side to side. That's it, giving the back a little massage. And then just lengthen one leg to one corner of the mat, one to the other. Have the palms facing the ceiling. Coming into final relaxation. If you want to get a jumper on or anything, if you need to get a jumper on, please do. Or blanket, cover yourself with the blanket. Just make sure you're really comfortable here. Let the whole body completely yield to the earth. Letting go of the practice. Let's inhale and press the whole back of the body against the ground and clench all the muscles in the body. And exhale, release. One more time. Inhale, press everything against the body, squeeze the toes, make fists of the hands, squeeze the face up into a tiny ball. And then open the mouth, let all the breath out, let the whole body completely release, completely relax. Eyelids heavy, jaw released. front of the body completely soft, back of the body completely releasing onto the ground. The breath going at its own natural pace. Letting go of the practice. Completely releasing. Completely letting go. With every exhale, feel yourself releasing even more. Maybe take your focus into the soles of your feet. And then just notice your feet are completely relaxed. The lower legs, the knees, the thighs, the hips and the pelvis. The abdomen is completely soft and released, the sides of the waist and the lower back. The back of the ribs, the sides of the ribs and the front, the whole heart and lung area completely released. Across the collarbones, over the shoulders to the shoulder blades, completely released. Upper arms, elbows, forearms, wrists and hands and fingers, completely released. Throat soft, sides of the neck and the back of the neck released. Jaw completely soft and released. Eyelids heavy and all the little muscles around the eyes released. Forehead soft. Crown of the head soft. Back of the head heavy against the ground. Whole body completely released and relaxed. And then very, very slowly, just bringing your attention back to this morning. Just gently move the fingers and toes. Take the head from side to side. When you're ready, bending the knees. Very slowly, just making your way up to seated, but keeping the eyes at half gaze or closed. Just finding a comfortable seated position. Noticing how you're feeling after the practice. And we're going to do the metta meditation, the loving kindness meditation. So maybe have your palms facing up towards the ceiling. Feel that connection of the sitting bones to the shoulders, to the ears, to the crown of the head. You might even have the index finger and thumb touching each other. And so repeating to yourselves in your head after me, may all beings be peaceful. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be happy. May all beings be happy. May all beings be safe. May all beings be safe. May all beings awaken to the light of their true nature. May all beings awaken to the light of their true nature. And may all beings be free. May all beings be free. Bringing our palms to heart center and pressing them in. Bowing our heads to the divine light in each other and ourselves. And then as we raise our heads, opening our eyes, and I hope you've all benefited from the practice today. Thank you all for coming. Have a good week. And
thank you, Mary.
thank you. I hope you feel energized, calm and peaceful after that.
Thank you, Mary.
Fantastic.
Thank you. And
So
yeah, it's a funny
lovely.
colour
Welcome
sky
around.
here. It's gone into a very funny colour here. So I don't know if the storm is some of the sand's coming over here now.
Ah,
Very pinky orange, quite pinky orangey. Listen, everybody, have a really good week.
you
Thank you,
too.
Mary.
Lovely to
Bye,
see you
everybody.
all. Thanks
Take
for
care.
coming.
Bye-bye.
Bye.